Welcome to this explainer. Okay, I want you to do something for me real quick. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning, pouring your coffee and just looking out the window, completely unaware that while you were asleep, a massive global conflict actually took place. Millions of cyber attacks were launched across the world in the dead of night. Imagine living through that scenario, an unseen digital war raging across the globe overnight. We're talking about a relentless barrage of digital strikes happening entirely in the shadows, totally invisible to the naked eye. And honestly, the most shocking part of this whole thing, most people never even noticed a blip on their screens. And this wasn't just random internet noise. The targets of this invisible war were the very pillars of our society. We are talking about banks, hospitals, airports, government systems, and even our power grids. Everyday infrastructure, the critical systems we literally rely on just to survive and function, was being aggressively tested and probed by hackers looking for any possible way in. So here's the crucial question. If this massive coordinated assault on our critical infrastructure actually happened while we slept, why did most people never notice? How did the lights stay on? How did the planes keep flying? Take a second to think about that. Well, it's because another army was already awake. Now, I'm not talking about an army of soldiers in uniform. I mean millions of AI agents out there defending the digital world. They're working every single second, they never sleep, they never take a coffee break, and they never lose focus. Which raises a seriously fascinating question for us to explore today. Could artificial intelligence actually become humanity's greatest, most tireless cybersecurity partner? To really grasp why we desperately need them, we have to look at the massive scale of the battlefield today. Every single day, billions of devices hook up to the internet. And we aren't just talking about your smartphone or laptop anymore. We're talking entire factories, hospital life support systems, the cars we drive, satellites in orbit, even your smart fridge and thermostat. Every single connection creates an incredible opportunity for us, but it simultaneously creates massive, massive vulnerability. Because here is the scary truth. A catastrophic breach can actually be terrifyingly simple. Cybercriminals are relentlessly poking around for any tiny crack in the armor. It doesn't always take some complex movie hacker montage to break in. Sometimes, all it takes is one weak password, or one single computer someone forgot to update, or one deceptive phishing email that a tired employee accidentally clicks on. Sometimes that one tiny slip-up is all a bad actor needs. Let's bring this down to earth for a second with a highly relatable scenario. Imagine a massive international bank. Every single second, thousands upon thousands of financial transactions are taking place. Money is just zipping across the globe at light speed. Among that absolute flood of data, a tiny microscopic number of those transactions might be fraudulent. It is literally impossible for any human team, no matter how big or well-trained, to manually sift through that volume and notice a tiny anomaly immediately. And this is exactly where our silent guardians step in. A bank's AI security agent is built to continuously monitor these vast transaction patterns. It can spot unusual activity instantly, like, say, a credit card suddenly being used in two totally different countries within 10 minutes. It flags that suspicious behavior and alerts the human security teams way before any significant theft actually occurs. It's like finding a needle in a haystack, but the AI does it in milliseconds. Now let's shift gears to an environment where the stakes are literally life and death. Picture a bustling hospital. Today's doctors completely rely on digital medical records to know your history and allergies. Life-saving equipment like ventilators and heart monitors depend entirely on secure, stable networks. A cyber attack here, it doesn't just mean lost money. A breach could delay critical treatments or interrupt the very services that keep people breathing. Thankfully, hospital AI defenders are designed for exactly this kind of intense pressure. They monitor network activity around the clock. If something unusual pops up, say a piece of ransomware trying to aggressively lock down patient files, the AI acts instantly. It isolates and quarantines the affected systems to stop the spread dead in its tracks. It notifies the cybersecurity pros, and crucially, it helps reduce disruption, so the doctors and nurses can keep doing their vital work while the experts investigate. And we can zoom out even further. This exact same AI protection is absolutely vital for the foundational systems of our entire society. We're talking electricity grids, water treatment plants, transportation networks, emergency communications like 911 dispatch. Modern society completely, 100% depends on these digital systems working seamlessly. Protecting them has arguably become one of the greatest responsibilities of our time. But here is the massive challenge we're facing right now. Cybercriminals? Yeah, they're using artificial intelligence too. On one side, attackers are using AI to automate their attacks, generate incredibly convincing fraudulent messages, and hunt for software vulnerabilities at a blistering pace. On the flip side, defenders are using AI for continuous monitoring, rapid response, and constant innovation. So we are looking at a full-blown AI arms race. It's AI defending against AI, speed competing with speed, innovation directly responding to innovation. Now, with things moving that incredibly fast, you might be thinking, are humans just getting totally replaced? Absolutely not. AI isn't replacing human experts, it's empowering them. Human experts define the big picture security strategies, investigate the really complex, nuanced incidents, and creatively develop stronger defenses. The AI agents, meanwhile, handle the heavy lifting of continuous monitoring and rapid, large-scale data analysis. Together, they form a partnership that is far more effective than either could ever be alone. Let's slow down for just a second, though. We really need to talk about a very real, very human concern here: privacy versus protection. Powerful security systems, by their very nature, often have to process huge amounts of information just to find those tiny anomalies. Organizations have to carefully balance this need for robust protection with a deep respect for personal privacy and individual rights. Because security is paramount, sure, but it should never come at the unacceptable cost of unnecessary surveillance. So, looking ahead to the near future, where is this all going? We're likely moving toward a world where every organization employs entire teams of highly specialized AI security agents. Rather than one giant AI trying to do everything, you'd have one specialized agent exclusively protecting email systems, another totally dedicated to monitoring complex cloud infrastructure, another constantly hunting for software vulnerabilities, another strictly defending financial transactions, and yet another coordinating responses during emergencies. Working seamlessly together, they create incredibly dense multiple layers of protection. However, I've got to hit you with a stark reality. No defense can ever guarantee complete safety. The digital landscape is just always shifting. Technology evolves at a breakneck pace, and consequently, the threats evolve exactly as fast. Bad actors are constantly looking for a new backdoor. Because of this, cybersecurity isn't a puzzle you just solve once and walk away from. It remains a permanent, ongoing responsibility for all of us. So if it's not some magical, impenetrable shield, what's the actual point? Well, perhaps the true strength of AI isn't in making the internet utterly impossible to attack. Instead, it's about resilience. AI helps human teams respond so much more quickly when a breach does happen. It helps systems recover more effectively, and ultimately, it dramatically reduces the overall impact of those digital threats. And why does this kind of resilience matter so much? Because at the end of the day, trust is the absolute foundation of every connected society. You and I, we trust banks to protect our savings. We trust hospitals to protect our health and our personal data. We trust governments to keep public services running securely and companies to protect our information. Without that baseline level of digital trust, the modern world basically grinds to a halt. Which really brings us to the core message of today's explainer. Artificial intelligence may become one of the most important guardians of that trust. These quiet, unseen AI agents are out there right now, working behind the scenes. They don't ask for recognition, but they are tirelessly protecting the incredibly complex digital world that billions of people depend upon every single day. Now, as we wrap up, I want to leave you with a bit of a provocative thought about where this incredible technology goes next. We've seen how AI fights digital disasters, but what about this? Can AI agents help humanity respond to natural disasters? Could these intelligent systems actually save countless human lives during physical, real-world emergencies? If you enjoyed this explainer and want to discover how AI agents are shaping the future of cybersecurity and digital safety, make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, and join us for the next explainer. The future of security is becoming more intelligent every day. Thanks for learning with me.